Hi friends, my name is Sarah Beth. Welcome to Advanced Art. The first craft we're going to do today is a flower suncatcher. I have a few behind me, so I'll get out of the way so you can see those. Mother's Day is May 10th, and those will be great presents for your mom if you feel like making something for her. You may be watching this after Sunday, May 10th, but that's okay. It's never too late to give mom a present. These sun catchers are made of materials that you should have at home. So if you look on this screen over here, you're going to need wax paper or parchment paper, tissue paper. I had some left over from a birthday, and you just tear it into small pieces. Get a few different colors if you have it. If you don't have a few different colors, use what you have. Use some colored napkins or even construction paper. A little bit of it should be fine. You'll need glue. You can use liquid glue like school glue or Mod Podge. If you do that, you'll need a tray, a paintbrush, and a little bit of water to make a paste. You can also use a glue stick, and you'll want a pair of scissors and maybe some paper towels or wet wipes to keep your hands clean. Let me show you. Make sure you can see that. Okay, so go ahead, pause your video, go ahead and get those materials, and when you're ready, I will show you how to make the sun catcher. Okay. So the first thing that I did was tear out a piece of parchment paper. I used parchment paper because that's what I had more of at home. The edges were curling up, so I did tape them down, and I put a brown paper bag under my workstation. You can do this too if you're working at a table and you want to keep the space protected. The first thing I'm going to do is show you how to make a glue paste with the Mod Podge. Just a little bit on your tray, and add some water. Then you're going to paint the parchment paper, put down some tissue paper, and then paint the glue paste on top of the tissue paper. So you paint before and after you put the tissue paper down, and then you just keep going. So I painted underneath and on top of. I'm layering the tissue paper. So you can put a little bit on top of the other one, and you'll see that it makes the color just a little bit darker where they overlap. I'm working on the petals of a flower right now. So I'm going to aim for making the outside of a flower. So right now, what I should be doing is creating a circle with an empty middle, kind of like a donut. Okay. So now I'm making a glue paste with regular school glue. You can use the white glue too. Just mix it with a little bit of water. Go ahead and paint it down on the parchment paper or wax paper. Put your tissue paper on top and paint over that. I'm also going to show you how to use a glue stick. So please use whatever you have on hand at home. And right now, nothing has to be neat. You're just trying to get a lot of color down there, and you're going to be working sort of in a ring or a donut. You want a middle that's sort of empty. I've mixed up colors. I'm using a light purple and a dark purple. You can use just one color for the outside of your flower petals. You could use more than two colors. It's up to you. Okay, now I'm going to use the glue stick. And glue stick is easier. You just put some glue down on your wax paper or parchment paper, put tissue paper on top, and you don't have to put glue on the top of it. But you do want to spread it out and make sure it's all glued down. So glue down all the edges too. This is where your fingers might get sticky. So you may want to use that paper towel or wet wipe. Keep your hands clean. So I'm starting to close up my circle. There's a little bit of purple in the middle, and that's okay, it doesn't matter. Make sure everything's glued down really, really well. Something you could do is design your flower after a flower that you've picked from the garden or a flower that you've seen on the internet. You can look up some pictures and you can get some inspiration for the colors and the shape of the flower there. I've just made mine up and I'm using the colors that I had at home. Okay, so I've almost closed my circle completely. I'm going to add a little bit of more tissue paper for more petals. This is the part of the project that takes the longest. After this, pretty quick. Okay, so you can see it looks like a very messy donut shape with an empty middle. Now I'm going to go in and put a different color tissue paper in the middle. I'm going to go all the way around and I'm going to overlap it a little bit with my purple petals. To make sure everything's glued down really, really well. And smooth everything down with your fingers. You can stop with just one color for the middle of your flower, or you can keep going. I'm going to use another type of tissue paper. I'm going to make sure I like the way it looks, so I'm going to set some down first. So it's up to you how many layers you do or what the middle of your flower looks like. I'm going to add one more piece of dark purple in the very middle. Okay, I'm going to make sure it's all glued down and I like it. I'm going to get a pair of scissors. So first you can cut away any of the extra wax paper or parchment paper that you have. And just get that out of the way. And then you can do the edges two different ways. So right now I'm just cutting along the outside of the tissue paper and I'm just getting rid of the parchment paper. And then now I'm cutting into the tissue paper and I'm making my own petals. So if you just cut along the tissue paper, you're going to have a rougher outline. But if you cut into the tissue paper, you get to control better what your petals look like. And I liked that better, so I went in and I cut into the tissue paper all the way around. Okay, so when you're happy with that, make sure you like it. I'm going to go back over here. Okay, that's going to need to dry. You can let it sit overnight. It may be a little crinkly, or you can just let it sit for not even that long, maybe 30 minutes. You could also put it in between some heavy books. It'll make it nice and flat. And then when you're all done, give it to your mom, and they should be hung in a sunny window. So I'll show you the example again behind me. They're a little bit see-through, so they catch the light, and hopefully your mom really enjoys them. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Next week, we will do something with some of the same materials. So keep your glue handy and some tissue paper handy. And if you think of it, save a jar. That maybe if you finish some jelly or some peanut butter, clean out that jar and save it for next week. Okay, well, thank you so much.